What if I told you that one of the most iconic faces of 80s comedy, a man who made millions laugh, was silently fighting a battle most of us never saw? Today, we're talking about the heartbreaking and shocking news surrounding Robert Carradine, the beloved actor best known for Revenge of the Nerds and Lizzie McGuire, who has sadly passed away at the age of 71. This isn't just another celebrity headline. This is a story about legacy, family, fame, and the hidden struggles behind Hollywood smiles. Let's break it down. Robert Carradine wasn't just another actor from the 80s. He was part of one of Hollywood's most legendary acting families. Born into the Carradine dynasty, acting was in his blood. But despite the famous last name, Robert carved out his own identity in the industry. For many fans, he will forever be remembered as Louis Skolnick, the lovable, awkward genius from Revenge of the Nerds. That role didn't just define a movie. It defined an era. The film became a cultural phenomenon, turning Robert into an unlikely hero for every underdog who ever felt different or overlooked. He wasn't the typical Hollywood leading man. He wasn't the action hero. He wasn't the heartthrob. He represented something else: intelligence, vulnerability, and authenticity. And that's exactly why people connected with him. But his career didn't stop in the 80s. A whole new generation came to know him as Sam McGuire, the supportive and often hilarious dad on Disney's Lizzie McGuire. To millennials and early Gen Z audiences, he wasn't that nerd guy. He was Lizzie's dad. Warm, funny, relatable. That's the kind of career most actors dream of, relevance across generations. Yet behind the scenes, the reality was much more complicated. According to reports shared by his family, Robert had been battling bipolar disorder for nearly 2 decades. Mental health struggles in Hollywood are often hidden behind red carpets and interviews. And while fans see the finished product on screen, they rarely see the emotional costs that can come with decades in the spotlight. His passing has sparked a wave of tributes across the entertainment industry. Former co-stars, friends, and fans have shared emotional messages, remembering him not just as a talented actor, but as a kind, thoughtful, and deeply human individual. Actress Jamie Lee Curtis reflected on their early connection in Hollywood, describing him as someone who held a special place in her memories. Hilary Duff, who played his daughter on Lizzie McGuire, expressed her heartbreak, saying his loss truly hurts. When you see reactions like that, you realize something important. Robert Carradine wasn't just respected. He was loved. And that says more than any award ever could. What makes this story even more powerful is the conversation it's reigniting, the conversation about mental health. We live in a world where success often looks perfect from the outside. Fame, recognition, applause. But mental health doesn't care about fame. It doesn't care about wealth. It doesn't care about legacy. And Robert's story is a reminder that even the people who make us laugh the loudest can be fighting the quietest battles. It also raises a deeper question: how many others are struggling silently? Hollywood has seen many tragic losses over the years, but each one carries the same painful lesson: mental health must be taken seriously. Support systems matter. Conversations matter. Awareness matters. If there's one thing we can take from this heartbreaking news, it's that checking in on the people around us isn't optional, it's essential. Now, let's talk about legacy. Robert Carradine leaves behind more than film credits. He leaves behind moments, iconic scenes that will live forever. He leaves behind characters that made audiences feel seen. And he leaves behind a reminder that authenticity is powerful. From awkward college genius to wholesome TV dad, he showed range, humility, and depth. And here's something that's easy to forget in today's fast-moving media cycle: longevity in Hollywood is rare. Staying relevant across 4 decades is not luck, it's talent, adaptability, and resilience. Robert had all three. As fans revisit Revenge of the Nerds or rewatch episodes of Lizzie McGuire, those performances will carry a new emotional weight. Not just nostalgia, but appreciation. Appreciation for an actor who gave us laughter. Appreciation for a performer who wasn't afraid to play the outsider. Appreciation for a man who, despite personal struggles, continued to show up for his craft. This moment also reminds creators, entertainers, and even content makers like us that behind every camera, every production, every viral moment, there are real human beings. And sometimes, the strongest people are the ones who never ask for help. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health challenges, please remember that support is available. Speaking up is not weakness. It's strength. No career, no reputation, no public image is more important than your well-being. Robert Carradine's story is tragic, but it's also meaningful. Because if it encourages even one person to seek help, if it inspires one family to have an honest conversation, then his story continues to make an impact. And maybe that's what legacy truly is. Not just the roles you played, not just the awards you won, but the lives you touched. So today, we remember Robert Carradine, not just as Louis the Nerd, not just as Lizzie's dad, but as a human being who gave the world laughter while carrying his own weight privately. Rest in peace to a Hollywood original. If you found this video meaningful, informative, or thought-provoking, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps this channel reach more people and continue sharing important stories like this. Subscribe for honest updates, real conversations, and deeper insights into the headlines that matter.